This is a friendly bunch of folks. We have different ages here. There's a good balance and blend of young families and senior adults. It's a group that generally likes being together.
When you walk through the door, you just kind of get this feeling. There's a smiling face. There's always someone there to not just say hi to you, but to welcome you, to see what you might be interested in.
I think people in general will have a good fundamental worship experience. We have traditional worship here, which means it has all the elements of traditional worship.
I like traditional worship. I don't mind going to other places that have a more modern service, but for me and my family, I like the traditional service, I like the music. It's a good place to be.
Our service is fairly structured. We have a liturgy and we have a bulletin, but there's times in our service to be loud and praiseful, and there's times to be quiet and reflective. And I've seen over the years how children really gel in this.
As a mother of a young child, it was really important for us as we were deciding where we were going to make our church home that our daughter was welcome with us in the service. We're growing in our faith together. We're helping her learn the stories that she might be learning in Sunday school, but we're also exposing her to music.
Music at Presbyterian Church of the Cross is an integral part of our worship experience, both for the musicians and for the congregation.
The music in our church is amazing and kind of, I think, lifts everybody up and it gets everyone involved. We have trumpets, we have drums.
A brass quintet or a woodwind quartet.
There's an adult bell choir, there is a youth bell choir.
African drums that sometimes our pastor plays.
A large choir, then a smaller chamber choir.
The centerpiece of the church is the organ, though, and it is a wonderful part of the service.
Our members here have the opportunity to get involved in all sorts of ways. Basically, it's find your niche here and go for it.
I think one of the best things about Presbyterian Church of the Cross is how much you are able to get involved. I have become pretty involved with the education here at the church through both my daughters and my passion for education. You can be as active as you want to be.
I believe that members at Church of the Cross want to be involved in mission because we know it, as Christians, we know it's at the core of what Jesus wants for us and from us, to help the needy, protect the vulnerable, and feed the hungry.
We're active here in the city, in local elementary schools, at homeless shelters.
We have a team of people that typically goes to our sister church in Russia once a year. We had a team go to Cuba.
This church loves to reach out.
The different programs here at Church of the Cross all go hand in hand together. The fellowship with the education, with the mission, there's all parts of that within each event that happens. And what that does for the congregation as a whole is it creates a bond, and it builds their faith, and it builds their sense of service and their sense of involvement in the church.
Being able to raise my family's church has been something that's been pretty special to me, knowing that my husband grew up in it, that our daughters were baptized here and growing up in the same church that he did. It feels right, and it's pretty special.
This is a healthy congregation, a happy bunch of folks, and whether it's gathering to worship or reaching out in mission or just hanging out in fellowship and doing fun things, it's just a great balance. And I think that is what keeps folks coming back. The fact that this is a church who knows who she is and has been doing this for a long time, and the folks generally love it and want to be a part of it.